District Toastmaster, my fellow club members, and our visiting guests. I am excited today to be giving my first speech and to have the opportunity to share a little bit about myself with all of you. My life is in 3 phases. There's the first phase, growing up, childhood, school, all that. Then there's the middle phase, which is all about career and getting married and having children and getting a mortgage. And then there's the third phase that David Brooks refers to as the second mountain. In this phase, for me, my goals and the things that I value in life have shifted, and they're a little less about career and finance and a little more about people and purpose. So today I will touch on each of those phases and share a little bit about each of those with you. I was born and raised in the South in a little town in North Georgia called Calhoun, and it is everything you are picturing in your mind right now about a small southern town, complete with a pot-bellied sheriff named Hugh Don and a Confederate reenactment every spring. We lived on 15 acres, which for California seems like a lot, but in Georgia, that's basically just having a yard. We had cows and goats and poorly maintained fences. So I spent much of my childhood chasing cows and goats. And when I wasn't chasing livestock, I had my nose in a book. And unlike our friend Kyle, I loved math. So got a scholarship to go to Georgia Tech and study engineering. I wasn't sure that's what I wanted to do, but this was 1976, and the ratio between guys and girls at Georgia Tech was about 20-1. So I liked my dating odds, and that seemed way more important at 17. So off I went to Atlanta. I will share one story about this part of my life. Somewhere in my mother's attic, there's a very small trophy that I received for winning a grits eating contest. I don't remember the exact numbers, but I think I ate 15 bowls of grits in under a minute and won by a very large margin. So that I did graduate a few years later with a degree in mechanical engineering and an absolute certainty that that was not what I wanted to do for a living. But PG&E offered me a job, and I was absolutely certain that I wanted to live in California. So that got me to the West. The kids were grown and the mortgage was paid, and I was no longer really excited about my job. So I decided to enroll at Middlebury and get an MBA in social enterprise and finance. And I was hoping to combine what I had learned in the for-profit world with something that had more social impact. I was very excited. Things were going well. The only problem was that Middlebury, being an international school, requires you to be proficient in a second language. And being from the Deep South, I was barely proficient in English, so I was quite daunted by that. I thought, okay, well, Spanish will be the easiest. I'll go that route. But I can tell you that there was never a day that I went into a Spanish class that I was not on the verge of throwing up. I was horrible at language, just horrible. I have no words in English or Spanish to tell you how awful I was. But with the support of many people and the generosity of my professors, I graduated with all my new millennial friends and set off to find some social impact. And even though the Spanish didn't take, one of the things I did learn while I was at Middlebury was the value of being able to speak clearly and articulately to groups of people. So I made that a goal of mine, and I was working at a local nonprofit, and there I met our mutual friend, Kate Daniels, and she suggested that I contact Naval Postgraduate School Toastmasters Club because they had helped her to achieve her goal of becoming a better public speaker. And that brings us full circle to today. Y este es el final de mi historia. Gracias, señor Toastmaster.